I just moved to Washington, D.C., and I was still reeling from ending things with June, my first year's girlfriend. We broke things up to avoid the strain of having a long-distance relationship. And it was my roommate's Jack's turn to pick the monthly house bonding activity. Jack had two passions in life, comic books and speed dating, and you'll never guess what activity he picked. We didn't go to the comic book store. Speed dating is the best. You go to this trendy club, and it's full of these girls who are desperate to meet men. Girls line up on one side, men on the other. You talk to each other for 4 minutes, and then you move on to the next one. To me, this sounded slightly less enjoyable than waterboarding. Because as bad as waterboarding is, at least it doesn't involve inane small talk. I hear a few yeses there. If the deep, meaningful conversations that June and I used to have were a gourmet meal, the tedium of being compelled to say what I did and where I was from to a Groundhog's Day worth of strangers was like being force-fed Taco Bell. Let that sink in for a minute. Like Taco Bell. To add insult to injury, you have to pay to have this experience. No thank you, I have a little something called self-respect. When Jack heard me griping, he said, just say whatever, I make up stuff all the time. I tell people I'm an underwear model. I tell them that, I'm a talent scout for American Idol. Tell me you're an artist. I thought, that's a really dumb idea. And if there's one thing that I love, it's committing to really dumb ideas. So I went speed dating as Brian Applegate, artist. The bar was plastic and sterile. The house lights were turned all the way up. It felt like the sick bay of the Starship Enterprise, but less homey. The room was full of very earnest, exceedingly normal 20 to 30 somethings from the land of condos and white people, that is the Virginia suburbs. They were all very dedicated to their jobs and worked ridiculous hours. Everyone had brought notebooks and binders to take notes of their speed dates, in addition to the form where you checked attracted or not attracted for every person you met. How degrading is it to be judged by a room full of strangers? Brian, my alter ego, was clad in a floral print shirt, an orange kerchief around the neck, and 3 streaks of blue dye in his hair, and wasted no time to say, my primary medium is human bodily fluids. At one point, Jack came over and grabbed Brian's shoulders. What you're doing, not working. All night, Jack had been sitting across from women who were comparing notes. What was with that artist guy? He was really weird. Not in a good way. Only one woman called Brian out. That dead fish handshake was too much. This is a put on, you're an actor or something. In that moment, I was at a loss for words. I hadn't expected any bullshit detectors. Only people like June had bullshit detectors. Do I cop to everything? How do I explain that I was doing this to avoid the indignity of doing this? How could I articulate that I was acting stupidly on my own terms to opt out of a very stupid situation? Unable to find a way forward, I committed harder. I'm sorry you feel that way. Why would I do this? Did I mention human bodily fluids? Yes. And we sat in the longest 3 minutes of silence in my life. I'm always going to find small talk to be shallow and exhausting. A barrier that people erect to avoid telling each other anything meaningful or important. And if you ask me about the local sports ball team, I will tell you I straight up don't care. I don't know how everyone else feels about this, but I would much rather have 10 strangers tell me things that actually matter to them in 5 minutes or less. Thank you.